B.R. Ambedkar, Babasaheb, was once an Indian political reformer who campaigned for the rights of the untouchable caste of India. He performed a position in the Indian independence motion, and additionally performed a key position in drafting the Indian Charter and the reformation of Indian society through the advertising of increased equality and rights for each the bad and women. Ambedkar used to be additionally a prolific scholar, attending college in Mumbai, New York, and London. He specialized in law, economics and political science, and made contributions to Indian financial thought. In 1956, rapidly earlier than his death, he transformed from Hinduism to Buddhism, encouraging many fellow untouchables to additionally convert. Early life: Ambedkar used to be born in Moh, Madhya Pradesh. He used to be the 14th infant of Ramji Sakpal, who used to be a Subadar officer in the British Indian Army. His household had been ranked as a Mahar Dalit, untouchable, caste. At the time of his birth, these born in the Mahar caste have been situation to extraordinary discrimination, with restrained schooling and employment prospects. They had been no longer allowed to share public water provision and frequently suffered very low requirements of living, fitness and terrible accommodation. The Mahars are often determined in Maharashtra and incorporate around 10% of the population. However, as an officer in the British Indian Army, his father lobbied for his adolescents to be allowed to go to school. Ambedkar was once allowed to attend, however, due to the Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Like it. Fact of superopposition from Brahmins and different higher classes, the untouchables had been segregated and regularly no longer allowed in the classroom. In his later writing, No Peon, No Water, Ambedkar later defined how he used to be no longer allowed to take water, besides the faculty peon, person to do guide labor. It used to be an instance of the discrimination and exclusion that untouchables regularly faced. However, his father was once formidable for his youngsters and motivated them to examine each the Hindu classics and different literature to in addition their education. The discrimination and segregation of being born into the Mahar caste had a lasting effect on Ambedkar's outlook on Indian society and political life. In 1896 his mom died, and he was once raised with the aid of their paternal aunt. In challenging monetary circumstances, of his 13 brothers and sisters, solely Ambedkar succeeded in graduating to excessive school. It was once pretty a rarity for his Mahar caste. In 1897, he grew to become the solely untouchable, to be enrolled in Bombay Excessive School. In 1907, he grew to become the first untouchable to enter an affiliated university of the University of Bombay. This fulfillment was once broadly celebrated through his Mahar caste and used to be given a public ceremony. This ceremony befell notwithstanding Ambedkar's father refusing to provide permission, arguing such a get-together would go to the younger boy's head. As used to be custom, in 1906, he was once organized to be married to a 9-year-old girl. Ramabai. Ambedkar acquired a diploma in economics and political science from Bombay University. As a gifted scholar, in 1913, he won a Baroda Country Scholarship to learn about at Columbia University, New York. Here he won an MA, offering a thesis on ancient Indian commerce. After New York, in 1916, he moved to London, the place he enrolled at the bar at Gray's Inn and additionally at the London School of Economics. By 1923, he was once known as to the bar and had performed a Master's Diploma in Economics, 1921, and a DSc in Economics, 1923. Ambedkar was once an expert economist till 1921. He wrote an influential paper to the Hilton Young Commission which shaped the foundation of the Reserve Bank of India, RBI. In his 1923 The Troubles of Rupee, its origins and solution, he studied the significance of rate steadiness to the price of the rupee. He additionally investigated how the Indian economic system may want to efficiently develop. In 1917, he had to return to India to serve in the Baroda state military. However, his Navy profession didn't ultimate very long. He ended and located work as a personal tutor. He additionally tried to set up an funding consulting business, however quickly misplaced customers when they determined out about his untouchable status. In 1918, he grew to be professor of political economy at the Sydenham College in Bombay. He additionally went on to serve as a lawyer. In the 1920s, Ambedkar grew to become an increasing number of worried and energetic about the plight of his fellow Solid members. He grew to be an excessive profile discern inside Indian politics. He sought to enhance schooling for the outcasts. In 1924, he established the Bahishkrit Hitkarini Sabha, an employer dedicating to enhancing the welfare of outcasts. Its founding concepts had been educate, agitate and organize. He additionally headquartered a newspaper known as Mukhnayaka, leader of the silent. During the 1920s, he grew to become extra lively in organizing protests towards discrimination. He stimulated mass protests in opposition to untouchability, and for the proper to draw water from the principal public tank. He attacked factors of Orthodox Hinduism, burning copies of Manusmriti, laws of Manu, which he felt justified caste discrimination. For a profitable revolution, it is no longer sufficient that there is adequate discontent. What is required is a profound and thorough conviction of justice, necessity and significance of political and social rights. Ambedkar, Political Science for Civil Services Main Examination, 2010. He additionally campaigned for untouchables to be given admission to Hindu temples. In 1930, he led about 15,000 untouchables in a peaceable procession to obtain admission to Kalaram Temple. Ambedkar wrote prolifically on the situation of caste. He strongly criticized Orthodox Hinduism and the caste device in particular. His e-book, The Annihilation of Caste, expressed these views most ably. My find out about of the caste trouble entails four foremost points. 1. That in spite of the composite makeup of the Hindu population, there is a deep cultural unity. 2. That caste is a parceling into bits of a large cultural unit. 3. That there used to be one caste to begin with. And 4. That instructions have turned out to be castes via imitation and excommunication. Castes in India. He was once additionally indispensable of Islam for the way he felt it justified slavery and the mistreatment of women. The Muslim society in India is troubled by using the equal social evils as afflict the Hindu society. Indeed, the Muslims have all the social evils of the Hindus and something more. That something greater is the obligatory gadget of purdah for Muslim women. Br Ambedkar. 1. Separate electorate. Br Ambedkar in 1950. Ambedkar believed that the rights of untouchables should be excellent served by having a separate citizens for the untouchables. In 1932, given his prominence, the British invited Ambedkar to the Round Table Conference in London. The British agreed with Ambedkar's format to have a separate electorate. However, Mahatma Gandhi was once deeply hostile to this layout to divide the electorate. On listening to the information, Gandhi went on a fast, even as in jail, scary massive civil unrest amongst the Hindu population. Eventually, fearing fighting between Orthodox Hindus and the Dalits, Ambedkar agreed with Gandhi to keep away from a separate electorate. Instead, a sure range of seats had been reserved for untouchables. This was once acknowledged as the Pune Pact and drew Gandhi and Ambedkar nearer politically. Though tensions between the two nonetheless remained. Ambedkar desired independence, however he gave equal weighting to the amelioration of the untouchables and different marginalized businesses. In society, it was once no longer ample that India have to get Swaraj. It was once greater, essential in whose fingers the Swaraj would be. Ambedkar in 1937, he shaped the Independent Labour celebration to signify the untouchables in elections. They won local success in the 1937 elections, however fared much less properly in the 1947 elections. Constitution of India in 1947, after India's independence, he used to be invited by way of the Congress authorities to play an extensive position in drafting India's new constitution. He was once appointed chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee. He used to be additionally appointed First Law Minister. Ambedkar organized a charter which included a vast array of civil liberties for each the negative and women. The state shall no longer discriminate towards any citizen on grounds solely of religion, race, caste, sex, area of beginning or any of them. Article 15. Article 17 outlawed the exercise of untouchability. The charter additionally covered affirmative motion to reserve jobs for humans from scheduled castes. The charter was once adopted in 1949. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to represent India into a sovereign, socialist secular democratic republic and to invulnerable to all its citizens, justice, social, financial and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, trust and worship, equality of fame and of opportunity, and to promote amongst them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the man or woman and the harmony and integrity of the nation. Constitution of India. Religion. Ambedkar was once added up in a Hindu subculture and studied Hindu texts. However, he was once imperative of the caste issue of Hinduism and often talked about his wish to depart his faith and motivated others to do the same. For a whilst he viewed Sikhism, but in October 1956, he introduced his formal intention to convert to Buddhism. He studied Buddhism in the course of his lifestyles and in the 50s spent greater time reading Buddhism, visiting to Sri Lanka and attending Buddhist conferences. The direct reply to this query is that I regard the Buddha's Dhamma to be the best. No faith can be in contrast to it. If a contemporary man who is aware of science should have a religion, the solely faith he can have is the religion of the Buddha. This conviction has grown in me after 35 years of learn about of all religions. Ambedkar, the Buddha, and his Dharma drive _Ambedkar throughout his conversion. Dr. Ambedkar all through his conversion. After his conversion, he oversaw the conversion of 500,000 of his followers to the Buddhist religion. It was once one of the largest mass conversions in India. He based the Buddhist Society of India and has helped to revitalize Buddhism inside India, the land of its birth. Shortly after his conversion to Buddhism, he died in his sleep on the 6th of December 1956 at his domestic in Delhi. He suffered from diabetes and stress-related illness. He was once given a Buddhist cremation, and over 500,000 humans got here to pay their respects. Ambedkar left a effective legacy for Indian culture, politics and society. His drafting of the Indian Charter positioned awesome emphasis on equal rights and the overcoming of discrimination. His criticism of Hinduism has made him a controversial figure. But in 2012, he was once voted the best Indian with the aid of a countrywide ballot organized by way of History TV 18 and CNN IBN. He received almost 20 million votes. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Like it.